If you only knew the power of a...
Welcome everybody to the Comic Book Syndicate. Thanks always to Border City for providing the comics. What are we reviewing, Mike?
This week we're reviewing Astounding Wolfman, Supergirl, and Joe the Barbarian.
Let's do it.
Okay, next up is Captain America 603. I was going to drop this comic, but the last issue was actually really good. This one not quite as good. It might be the wrong time to be introducing yet a third Captain America because there's already two, but the art is incredible and the story is good. I think it's getting by more on the style, the realistic art. Ed Brubaker has been coasting for a long time, unfortunately. He's one of my favorite writers, but he is coasting. But I can still recommend it. It's one of the very few Marvel monthly titles that I still buy.
There wasn't too much that happened in it, but I did like it. I would suggest it. I might want to wait for like a graphic novel so I could get like a lot of it all at once, but I would recommend it. The artwork was beautiful, and yeah.
Captain America, as usual, wonderful. I don't know, a lot of great action in it. That's what I love. And you had kind of these like G.I. Joe dudes in like armored suits that have little foxes on them or something. It's got great old Captain America themes. You got an evil Captain America gets to fight a not evil Captain America. You got Vibranium, you got Falcon in there, you got everything you need. It's quite good. I think he even talks about his bird.
I tried to get into Captain America when I first read Winter Soldier and I couldn't do it, but this issue, and it's like issue 603, I really liked it. I really did. It's got not a lot of characters to kind of keep up with, though I did have to ask if this Captain America was evil at first, but it's great. It's almost like something that could be based in science and reality, and like he could actually exist and be a super soldier. These are all things that could be real, and I think that's what really got me, and the art is fantastic. I couldn't believe how good it was, and the ending of this book is the best that I've read of the books that we've read today, so I definitely recommend this book, and I'll probably continue to read Captain America.
The Astounding Wolfman book, although I feel is always his weakest, this one was great. Wonderful book. The way that he brings in all the different characters from Invincible and other parts of the Image universe is fantastic. Concludes a couple of nice things in it too, a few storylines as far as the Gray character goes and the villains and everything else. It's really well done and a consistent art as usual, which actually matches up with a lot of other Kirkman books. Highly recommend it unless you haven't read it.
Kyle.
Yeah, didn't get it. Not one bit. Not one bit.
Didn't understand anything?
Well, there was this mad scientist experimenting on people, it looked like. And there's a bunch of, like, freakish guys.
So not...
And one frame's guy's like a human, and next frame is a wolf. Like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was confused.
There was no CGI in the middle to show you
No.
what happened. Okay. So you would not recommend this comic then?
I'd recommend reading the first few parts, maybe.
Okay.
So that maybe you get a better grasp of the characters. But I did not like this part on its own.
I like the fact that the old character's there. Somehow he's speaking with his daughter again, but really, am I going to pick up the next issue? Probably not. There's nothing that's astounding anymore about Wolfman, unfortunately.
Sort of a very standard plot line, and again, not enough to really suck me in.
They were all standing, and they're all fighting, and then some guy just yells, "Stop!" and they stop.
And he solves everything. Deus Ex Machina.
Yeah, and then two panels later, they are done fighting.
Everything's
and
done.
Oh my god, he has his family back, and everything's okay, and it's just like...
he bought them out.
Yeah, I don't understand
So
that.
you don't recommend it?
No.
I don't either.
I don't.
He doesn't.
I do.
Georgie does. Okay, on to the next one. Next up, Spider-Woman number 6. I don't know what to say about this comic. I think two things happen. Spider-Woman gets chased, hides in a dumpster, sends a text message, then keeps running. I think it's terrible. Brian Michael Bendis, most overrated writer in comics. The artist, the rumor has it he's not actually an artist. He takes photographs and photoshops them. So the art I give a 0, the writing I give a 1. That adds up to 1, I guess. So I don't recommend this comic at all.
I'm gonna have to agree with Mike on this one. The art is it is beautiful, and stylistically it's really experimental, but it's too perfect, and you can tell where he's photoshopped, and I didn't want to think that he did, but I'm pretty sure that he did. Again, the story is too Brian Michael Bendis for me. I like his writing on a lot of other stuff, but in this one, she just sounds like Spider-Man and every other character he's written for the Avengers, and they're just smart talking and witty, and, you know, she's hiding in a dumpster. Woohoo.
Really like the art a lot. The storytelling suffers because of it, but I think it was fantastic. It was a combination of the coloring and everything else. A lot of sort of boring, static shots, but I really actually liked the text message page. The way it was laid out was really well done. That was pretty cool. They wasted a lot of my time with this issue. Yeah. They could have said, and she ran away from them, and that could have been the first panel, and then they could have started telling a story.
I agree.
I actually did kind of like the art. I mean, I do agree that the poses were generic, and I think the expressions could be a lot more, but I thought that it was gorgeous, to be honest, and I thought the coloring was really, really neat. And even if it is photoshopped, I don't know, I've never really seen that in a comic book before, and so that was kind of refreshing, and just to see something new. I do totally agree with George that they could have, this whole storyline could have been set in like 1 or 2 panels. Maybe just check it out at the library, or try to find it online or something.
Thank you very much for joining us this week. This is the Syndicate Weekly.
Thank you very much, Border City, once again for books. And what, we're doing the review thingy?
Yes.
All the time?
Online.
You can check all the old episodes, all kinds of great things.
All the new ones.
You know, things and stuff. Want to take a shower?
Yep, let's go.
Girls go down. And down. Go
Sounds
down.
alright, too.
No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
And
Quick trivia for Captain America. It happened 2 issues ago where the Tea Party movement actually protested Captain America, the comic books, because they made a slight reference to the people protesting. And they said, oh, well, it looks like the Tea Party movement, and they protested against it. And Marvel actually came out, the creator of this comic book, and saying that he would apologize. I think that this comic book is friggin' awesome because it has a subtext where there's this revolution that this other Captain America from the 1950s wants to do, but he wants to sort of bring back the old America from the 1950s, and I do find the metaphors very ballsy, and I like that, and it brings me back to the whole, you know, I do mention Civil War a lot on this show, but I really, really like Civil War because it was a whole metaphor for the Patriot Act, and I like when things get really gutsy like that, and I think it's awesome, and I hope that he doesn't apologize, but I know he will.